and they'll be able to kick some extra jobs your way. Oh, and talk to Tanelia in the Flagon. She'll set you up with your new armor.
Oh, well, I'm excited. I'm part of a group
Golden Glow Estate
belonging.
is an Ifar. They raise the wretched little things for honey. It's owned by some smart-mouthed wood elf named Arangoth. We need you to teach him a lesson by burning down 3 of the estate's hives and clearing out the safe in the main house. The catch is that you can't burn the whole place to the ground. That important client Mercer mentioned would be furious if you did.
Okay.
That's not how things work around here. The guild depends on an arrangement of influential people to keep things running smoothly. Without them at our backs, we'd be in serious trouble. Maven prefers that Arangoth remains alive, but if he tries to stop you from getting the job done, kill him. The guild has a lot riding on this. Don't make me look foolish by mucking it up. They're built like small fortresses to resist the weather, but their one weakness is flame. Besides, nothing tells the people of Riften we mean business better than a huge column of smoke.
Okay.
I'll give you one good reason. Maven Blackbriar. Burn all the hives, and she'd have to import honey for Blackbriar meadery, which would cut into her profits. We had an arrangement with Maven. We kept an eye on Golden Glow Estate to make sure the honey kept flowing. If the workers had a dispute, we'd rough them up. If competitors tried to buy honey from Arangoth, we'd steal the shipments. In return, Maven allowed us to extort Arangoth and bring in a huge payout. Let me put it to you this way. Nothing happens in Riften without Maven's consent. One word from her, and you could spend the rest of the 4th era in prison. Golden Glow Estate brought in a mountain of gold for the guild. You could almost call it our sweetest deal. Then out of the clear blue, Arangoth stopped sending us our cut. Mercer was, well, angry to put it kindly. So we send in Vex and find out he's hired a bunch of mercenaries to guard the place. Aye. Arangoth sent the city guard packing and fortified the entire island. In fact, Vex barely made it out of there alive. You should talk to her about it before you go.
It's probably a good idea.
You watch yourself on that island.
Interesting.
Those
So
mercenaries don't take prisoners.
let's talk to some of the people around here. I want to talk to the guy who was continually shooting arrows at these
I wanted to
dummies.
say something to you.
I'll certainly take all his arrows.
I think you're all right. In fact, I'm kind of impressed how well you're doing around here. Just keep it between us, okay? Pull up a chair, my friend. This is quite a tale. When I started out in this business, I wasn't really interested in the guild or being a thief.
Oh, whoops.
I didn't mean to imply I was earning an honest living either. With my lock-picking aptitude, I was a natural at jailbreaking. I made a great deal of gold doing it, too. It's where a client pays you to get arrested, and you get thrown into a prison for the express purpose of breaking out. Usually it's to free someone the client cares about, and sometimes well, to kill someone on their behalf. Either way, the trick was in the escape, and that's where my strengths came in handy. Well, as a jailbreaker, you work alone. No guild to back you up. I do jobs for the Thieves Guild and the Dark Brotherhood, but if things didn't go as planned, I was on my own. The last jailbreak I attempted failed. I was imprisoned in High Rock for 3 years before they let me go. After that, I promised myself I'd never do it again. I don't know. I think I realized that out in the world, my skills would bring me more wealth as a thief rather than an assassin. Killing someone in a jail is much easier than what the Dark Brotherhood deals with. I guess I wanted to play it safe. I already knew Delvin. I asked if I could join up, and that was that.
Well,
Some other time, perhaps.
If I may say this actually sincerely for once. Cool story, bro.
Come here a second.
Hi.
I'll show you what I know.
Okay, this guy's a master, but we'll, talk about it later.
I used to live in Valenwood, working at my father's winery. We made the finest wine to ever cross your lips, I promise you. We were doing well. Plenty of coin, a huge mansion, and I was even betrothed to a lovely young woman. Because it was dull. Every day was the same boring routine. Working at the winery, social visits with friends, parties with no one I cared about. I just wanted a little excitement. Something dangerous. I hooked up with a guild in Valenwood. I think they called themselves the Silver Crescents. Spent quite a few years doing jobs for them. Made a lot of coin, but I didn't care. I didn't really need it. I was running with them because it fit. Made me feel alive. Well, after a while, my father caught on to what I was doing. He confronted me one night and gave me a choice. Either leave Valenwood, or he'd have me thrown into jail. Gave me a day to say my goodbyes to everyone. I ended up in Skyrim thanks to a contact I'd made when I was with the Crescents. Good old Delvin. He introduced me to Gallus, and that was it. I've been here ever since. And you know what? Despite what I left behind, I don't regret it one bit. The honey they collect on that hunk of rock goes into making Blackbriar mead. Just about the best tasting mead in all of Skyrim. If talking your way out of trouble isn't enough, you could always pick up some training from Delvin, Vex, or Viper. Also, I recommend hitting the training room if you need lockpick practice. Helped me out of a jam more than once.
Interesting.
If you ever need more practice with the bow, just grab me.
Got a minute? Wanted to say something. My father told me he found me as a young boy in the wreckage of a ship that sank off of the coast near Solitude. All he found in my pocket was a tiny smooth stone inscribed with some sort of strange runes. No one does. I've even taken the damn thing to the College of Winterhold. I must have spent every last coin I've made with the guild trying to find out what it means. Perhaps they could be nonsense, inane scribbles done by someone in idle boredom. But if not, if they actually mean something, they might tell me where I'm from, what ship I was on, everything. Actually, the fisherman who found me, the man I call my father, gave it to me. Thought it was fitting, I suppose. I never changed it because it never felt right to do so. I appreciate that. Keep to the shadow.
I'm learning so much
Hey,
about so
let's
many
talk.
people.
You're making waves around here. I like that. If you ever want to talk about anything. Up to no good, are we? I'll teach you, but it'll cost you.
Do training later. Don't wanna. Want to save up money for
Up to no good, are we? I'll teach
my
you.
house
I'll
and
point
upgrading
you
it.
to the first and last person you're ever going to need to talk to. Tonelia. She's the guild's fence. Treat her right, and she'll make you rich. Try and rip her off, you'll have the whole guild to answer to. I wouldn't bother smacking at those hives with a weapon. Set them on fire, and they'll go up like kindling. It was on a job a few years back. It was supposed to be a simple burglary on a house in Windhelm. I was working with Vex, and we got inside with no trouble. We found the loot, and made our way out. Well, it was, up until the point where we set foot outside. The house was surrounded by town guard. The client had ratted us out. Vex just tells me to run, so I did. Half of them went after me, the other half went after her. Are you kidding me? Vex lost them in seconds. Once she steps into the shadows, she vanishes. Me? I ran, and I ran, straight through the gates of Windhelm, and all the way back to Riften. Vex was waiting for me at the flagon when I came in, drenched in sweat. Everyone just took a look at me and laughed. Well, I had forgotten we had our horses tied up just outside of Windhelm. Vex rode hers back and arrived hours before I did. So, that's how I earned the name. Now keep it to yourself. Come back and see me if you ever
Who
need
else? Who
to
I want
go.
to talk to?
What's going on?
Oh, that's the same guy I talked to.
Something I can help with, or do you just want to talk?
Let's do Riften.
Aye.
If you need marksman training, and you've got the coin, I'm ready to teach you.
Well, could someone give me a key to the
Don't you
training
have better
room?
things to do than disturb me? I'd like to know why you're wasting time asking about it when you should already be on your way.
Cause, never mind. Oh, here's the training room.
Hey, you're pretty tough. I respect that. Bringing in a lot of coin for the guild. Making us look good, too. Let me know if you need any. I joined up with them maybe 10 years ago. Small clan, maybe 20 men. We'd raid villages, rob caravans. But it was always about the killing for them. Don't get me wrong. The first few years with that clan were some of the best years of my life. All the food I could eat, all the wine I could drink, and all the women I could bed. We raided a caravan one spring. I think it was a few wagons with some farmers moving to a new village. They didn't put up much of a fight. All that was left were the women and the children. Then the leader of our clan, Garthek, he ordered us to kill the rest. No, we usually let them go. I refused to do it, and Garthek ordered the clan to kill me as well. Luckily, I had made some friends with the clan who immediately sided with me. We tore each other to pieces. After it was over, those of us that remained simply went our separate ways. I left his head on a pike at the wreckage of the caravan. Never knew what became of the rest of the clan that survived. I suppose they moved on, just like I did.
Something tells me they might
Always
be
a pleasure.
scattered all about Skyrim. Oh, I guess these are the lock-picking training. Anyway, we'll come back here later. So now let's get that new armor, and then I think I have to, unfortunately, get back to studying.
Brynjolf, eh? Let me guess. He just plucked you off the street and dropped you into the thick of things without telling you which way is up. Am I right? Lying to my face isn't going to win you any favours with me. I can promise you that. On the other hand, taking some of these extra jobs off my hands, now, that'll get you to the top of my list. See, that kind of attitude comes from someone who wants to get rich and stay alive long enough to enjoy it. We're gonna get along nicely. So, if you've got the nerve, I've got plenty of extra jobs to help get the guild back on its feet. Look around you. The flagon, the guild, it's all falling apart. A few decades ago, this place was as busy as the Imperial City. Now, you'll be lucky if you don't trip over a skeever instead. Look, I know the others think I'm a bit daft for saying stuff like this, but I'm gonna give it you straight. Something out there is piss-drunk mad at us. I don't know who or what it is, but it's beyond just you and me. We've been cursed. I'll tell you what we do. We spit in that curse's face and turn things around down here. Put things back the way they were. That's where you come in. I've got plenty of work available that could guide us down the road to recovery. All you need to do is ask, and we can both come out of this smelling like a rose.
I like this guy's voice. He's just like the old drunk guy that sits at the table. Oh, we've been cursed. Cursed, I tell you.
I handle the fishing, numbers, and bedlam jobs. The ones with a more personal touch. If breaking's a more your thing, go talk to Vex.
The fishing jobs.
There are all sorts of people wandering around carrying their valuables on their person, just waiting for someone like you to pick their pocket. So, you in for a little fishing? Here's everything you need. You get caught, but we've never heard of you.
All eyes are
Something
on
troubling you? I'll listen.
Point us.
Years ago, the guild used to have a foothold in every major city in Skyrim. You wouldn't dare even lift an apple without checking with us. When things started going downhill around here, it became difficult to keep it all together. We lost fences, influential contacts, and coin. It wasn't long before we lost what we depend on to survive. Respect. By doing these extra jobs and putting some fear into the people, we can take back the cities and start being taken seriously once again. Thanks to Maven Blackbriar, we still have some pull in Riften, but get arrested in Whiterun and you'll be tossed right into the prisons. If we gain the confidence of someone very influential who lives there by doing a unique job for them, we'll be able to have some leverage there too. The only way we get that special job is by doing smaller ones in those cities until we catch their ear. Then, they'll contact me, and we're off. If you're looking to get some coin for the fruits of your labor, you should talk to Tanelia. She sounds tough, but she'll cut you a fair deal. I also suggest you spend some time in the training room. Just talk to Vipper. He'll show you around. Watch yourself out there. The mercenaries are in Goth hire to train killers. Just ask our poor little Vex.
Alright.
Don't forget you're representing the guild. Don't do anything stupid.
Even if you're one of us, you better not. I don't care if you're best buddies with the Guildmaster. I'll still smash in your skull if you try anything. They call me Dirge because I'm the last thing you hear before they put you in the ground. Why? You think it's funny or something? Oh yeah, I think so too. You're pretty smart. Hey, here. Have one on the house.
Okay.
I already told you. They call me Dirge because I'm the last thing you hear before they put you in the
No,
ground.
that guy wasn't very useful.
So you're the new recruit, huh? I'm the fence down here. You come by anything you don't exactly own, and I'll pay you some coin for it. Minus a little slice for the guild, of course.
Oh,
I can also
okay.
provide a few supplies useful to our trade now and again, for a small fee. Sure, how about I get Dirge to knock you over your head and dump you into the cistern? Look, I've been in this business a long time, and I've seen all types. You can play it tough, or you can play it smart. Whatever. At the end of the day, you'll find that all we care about down here is how much gold you can make us.
That's not very nice.
Good. Then there isn't much more to say. Here's your armor. Just make sure you put it to good use.
Okay.
Why don't you take a look at some of my merchandise and we'll see what kind of deal we can make.
Alright, let me sell all these nonsense things that I've stolen. There we go.
Until next time.
And let's talk to you,
All
and
eyes
then
are
we'll
on
be
you,
off.
lad. Don't disappoint
Before
us.
we begin, I want to make two things perfectly clear. One, I'm the best infiltrator this rat hole of a guild's got. So if you think you're here to replace me, you're dead wrong. And two, you follow my lead and do exactly as I say. No questions, no excuses. Then we understand each other. Good. Now, it's time to get your feet wet. And I don't want to waste a lot of time talking about anything but business. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. We're in a bad way down here. Who knows? Old Delvin thinks it's some kind of curse. I think he's crazy. If you want my opinion, I'd say it's just plain old bad luck. You can get out there and start making a name for us again. Make them start fearing us like they did long ago. And while you're at it, make a little bit of coin on the side. Not a bad deal, eh? Yeah, I did. That wood elf's wit. He's a lot smarter than I expected. Can you believe that fetcher had more than tripled the guard? There must have been 8 of them in there. It was like he was daring us to come and get him. Well, there's an old sewer tunnel that dumps into the lake on the northwest side of the island. That's how I slipped in there. Should still be unguarded. If you're ever in need of some quick coin for items you find on the job, Tanelia is the best fence around. And besides myself, Delvin, Niruin, and Vipper can help you with any sort of training you might need to sharpen your skills. Are you kidding me? Ever since the guild's luck turned sour, we haven't had a coin to our name. And when the coin dried up, that's when people started to leave. We had the best of everything down here. The Ratway was a damn palace. The only way this place will ever return to its glory days is if we can finish these extra jobs and start the gold flowing again. The Flagon was once a city beneath the city. We had our own smith, our own alchemist, you name it. If we can make a name for ourselves in Skyrim once again, I can almost promise you those merchants would return. Best of all, we'd have enough gold to throw around so we could start living in the lap of luxury again.
That sounds great. I'm totally excited for the future of the Thieves Guild.
I handle the burglary, shill, sweep, and heist jobs. Most of them involve breaking and entering. If you don't like that kind of work, talk to Delvin. He runs the more up-close and personal jobs.
Totally do a heist job.
Every now and again, we like to remind the shopkeepers that we're in charge. If that means breaking into their strong boxes and stealing something valuable from them, then so be it. Feel like doing a bit of shopping? The guild way? Good. Here's what you need to do.
Oh, okay. Anyway, we've had nice conversations and had the chance to meet everybody down here. Although, I do unfortunately need to get back to studying. So, with that, I want to thank you guys for watching. This has been Joseph, Stalin, signing off for now. I'll see you guys later. Здравствуйте, товарищи, and welcome yet again to our Let's Play of Skyrim. And in this part, I'm going to attempt the daring heist into what's-his-face's manor, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Before I do, there's just one thing I want to do very quickly, and that is re-enchant my Imperial bow with the fire, with flame damage, so I can burn down those hives. But anyway, as you can see, I'm now sporting my new Thieves Guild armor, and a dwarven bow I bought from the fence of the Thieves Guild. What else have I done? I've done a bunch of those petty jobs for the Thieves Guild, which have been very lucrative, but have been pretty boring, not too dramatic there, but they're netting off on a lot of money. I bought a house in Windhelm, and I also exchanged my partner, Sven, for this burly chick I found at a inn somewhere, and I assumed that she would be a better tank than a bard. So she's off in the Thieves Guild waiting for me to return. I decided I'm going to embark on this heist alone. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Although that one chick who does follow me around consistently asked me to marry her, and she's not. Yeah, that's definitely not something I have in mind. So it's kind of creepy. But anyway, the Thieves Guild armor is pretty awesome. That it's better than the leather armor I had before, and it has a number of perks and advantages that it gives you. So I'm enjoying it. Anyway, we got to get in through the sewers, if I recall. So I'm excited for this mission. I'm hoping that's going to be something like the original Thief. I don't know why, but for some reason I'm getting that kind of vibe right now. So fortunately my new dwarven bow is significantly better than my old one. However, I don't have any dwarven ingots to make it a fine dwarven bow, which is unfortunate because I had Orcum ingots. Holy F. Looks like they were waiting for me. But I used my one orcish ingot to repair the bow, the orcish bow that I found. Or make it fine, or rather. But yeah, I'm already almost at the same level I was with my other character. Or I am in my other character, that is. And I've got probably less than a third of the playtime. I also don't know if you've seen my slow down time ability that I have while zooming in my bow, but it's incredibly useful. I don't really need to keep grabbing skeever tails, do I? Alright. Are we in, or did I just go around in a circle? Something tells me I might have just went around in a circle. Really? Didn't feel like I did. No, I didn't. Okay, it says my objective's up here. Anyway, let's see if we can break into the estate. Are we still on the outside? It looks like we're still on the outside. This is going to be difficult. Okay, well, not nearly as difficult as I thought it would be. But yeah, I spent just about every single last gold that I had at the time on my house. However, I've managed to regain a lot of that gold. There's a... looks like a mercenary here or something. I wonder if I can do a backstab against him. Let's use my generic iron sword. Oops. He's with his friend. Okay, well, I'm gonna reload that. God, this guy's got quite an estate. Well, there's something over here. What is this? Oh, just iron boots. Okay. Oops.
Nothing!
Well,
Those tools are actually damn you! Mercy!
well, I was hoping that the backstab would be a little bit more dramatic. I have been detected. Oh, it's by him. Hi.
Worthless mercenaries.
Hi.
I didn't think Maven or Mercer would allow me to get away with this. But I can't. If I do, I may as well cut my own throat. I don't believe you. That's not your way. No. I'm not about to let you ruin everything I've worked so hard for.
Well, I don't see you trying to stop me. Oh, now I see you trying to stop me. Oh, good. I spent like 6,000 gold on a dwarven bow. Turns out, oh, okay. I just took everything he had. I didn't mean to. But at any rate, something tells me this whole sneaking, breaking, and entering shtick has somehow devolved into let's just murder everybody.
There's no escape.
Okay, well, I think I'm going to escape pretty easily. At any rate.
Damn! Where'd you go?